My speech is about the prison system. Idaho Maximum Security Institution. I work there. Houses roughly 450 inmates alone. If we could avoid potential crimes in our community, or if IDAC had more programs that focused on inmate behavior and changes, our community as a whole would be a better place. If given the opportunity, more than half of our inmate population would be interested in taking a course on how to better themselves. I've worked with many inmates who want to get better and get out after doing their time and not return. Unfortunately, many of the prison population end up coming back to back shortly after release. Within 3 years, 67.8% of the inmates return to our system worldwide. Today, I would like to challenge the way you can help someone avoid prison. Or if you can't, how they can change the way our prison system is structured to reduce the number of recidivism and make our community a safer place. What problems come from recidivism? How we need to change the way inmates spend their time for a positive outcome. How different it would be for inmates to focus on bettering themselves instead of sitting around waiting for their release date. You may not give inmate success and failure much thought, but it can potentially solve many of our problems inmates and state tax dollars are facing. In Idaho alone, 35% of inmates return to prison after fulfilling their first sentence. Breakdown of current offender charges are as follow. Nonviolent drug-related crimes, around 2,441 inmates. Violent crimes, around 2,033. Property crimes are about 1,771. Sex crimes are about 1,143. And DUIs are about 689. Most of Idaho inmates were convicted on a primary charge of drug, sex, or property crimes, DUI, or another nonviolent crime. What if we did better in our public school systems to prevent this? Overcrowded facilities in the state. Statewide, IDAC has 7,840 total beds to house inmates, but we are currently housing around 8,600 inmates, which makes us have to send inmates out of state. How much it costs to house an inmate? In Idaho, it costs roughly $68.32 to house one inmate per day. If you do the math, $68.32 times 7 days is roughly about $478 a week. $68.32 a day times 365, that's roughly just a little under $25,000 a year. $68.32 times the 8,600 inmates we house, that's about $587,552 a day just to house the inmates in the state. That's a lot, a problem, but there is a solution. The program is called Inside Out. Idaho is exploring the new program to redirect the outcome of prisoners being released back into our community. It is being tested at the Orofino Institution currently up north. Biocriminology is what they're studying. Class meets every Wednesday. It is composed of inmates and college students studying criminology at Lewis Clark State College. Topics explored at the meetings. They've seen sweeping change already. The testimonies from the inmates are positive. The positive impact of a program like Inside Out could produce to the most inmate population incredible. Think about what your community and prison system could look like with greater outcomes than just people doing their time. Think about your neighbor, who is an ex-convict, being a great human being. Think about the safety of your kids and grandkids. Think about how much money we could reduce by putting it into a helpful program, not another prison. The future self will thank you for, your future self will thank you for thinking critically on the information I have covered. Conclusion. I hope that you can now see what the problems that are caused from, or that cause recidivism, how we need to change the way inmates spend their time for a positive outcome, not just waiting around for their release date or parole date. How different it would be for inmates. How different it would be for the inmates to focus on bettering themselves instead of just sitting around. Instead of fulfilling the state's bed shortage through the 500 million proposal that would add about 1,500 bed facility, we use the money towards programs like Inside Out. You guys here and on the community are the taxpayer, and believe it or not, the voice for the inmates. We could propose programs that could change the future of our recidivism rates and ensure a safer community. Thank you.